even after your conversations got very public, where people are saying, this guy's a real guy, let's reach out to him, how many governments have reached out to have private conversations with you?
Not too many, but some.
And what are they asking you?
Usually they have some sort of event and they want someone with that point of view to be included.
Is it a private event? Is it a public event?
Both.
When it's the
So I recently was talking to UN. I advise individual politicians on some of those issues.
And what are they asking? Are they asking low-level questions? Have you gotten any very good questions where you're like, that's actually, he's asking the right question?
Usually you start talking to staffers, technical advisors, and they, of course, know everything, and they're just like, we're not allowed to talk about it, but we totally agree with you. Yeah, obviously. And until you get to the politician, they already asked all the good questions. With politicians, it's more like, you think it's a good law to pass. We're going to ban deep fakes, whatever.
So nothing in regards to questions where, you know, you're optimistic that they're also being concerned that this thing can be bad.
We're starting to see slowly top politicians say things about this. So we have multiple senators now saying we need to do something. Bernie Sanders, who unfortunately is not my type of economist, he's pushing very hard against it. He just released, you can bring up his statement, very, very strong statement against superintelligence. He wrote a letter to Sam Altman. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's the first one, but there is now 2 or 3, multiple Congress people. They are starting to realize what's happening. It took them, 20 years. Then we were saying it at first. This was science fiction purely. Now we have Nobel Prize winners. We have leaders of the labs. We have senators. We have a lot of people who are concerned.
Yeah, the way you put it, is this the address where he talks about a cataclysmic result? Yeah, this is the one. And he's saying to what? To pause all AI. There's quite a few of these. Who is the person on the opposite side that is on the same page with Bernie Sanders on this? Can you ask Grok right there on the top right and say, who is the senator on the Republican side that agrees with Bernie Sanders on the same exact issue? I wonder how many of these. Well, I know these conversations are
a lot of
had.
them may agree. They just don't feel publicly like they want to talk about Terminators. I don't know how it impacts political polling. I don't know if it makes you more popular or less. They're scared.
Who would not be happy? Like
a lot of lobbyists. You know how large the pro-AI lobby is?
Who's not a fan of the message you're given? Who is?
You brought up some of those people, browser developers.
Got it. So they're not fans of what you. So like Sam Altman wouldn't be a fan about what you're talking about.
Again, he spoke about safety as well. And I think if you remember, OpenAI was started with a main purpose of creating a safe alternative to Google AI.
Right? 2015, 2017, when he gave $50 million, I think Elon gave $50 million to
the announcement was they funded at $1 billion level. That was the biggest announcement ever.
Yeah. And at first, everyone's like, what is this thing all about? And then all of a sudden, when it was launched, it's like, no, now we're going to be profit. What are you talking about? Then the war happened between 2 of them.
Yeah.
So in what area do you think they're on the same page? Because they're enemies. They're not fans of each other. They're constantly going after each other. In what area here do you think they agree?
So initially, they agreed on making an AI to benefit humanity. Clearly, they disagreed on how to do it. To me, the amazing thing is Elon's success levels. People go, oh, he has 1 unicorn, 2 unicorn, 5 unicorns. His failed startup is OpenAI. That's the level of brilliance he has.
You think he's human?
I think he's got cheat codes to our simulation. It's his simulation.
What does that look like?
You ever play a video game and you have like immortality?
Up, down, left, right,
Yeah.
you know,
I think
X, Y.
It was Rick and Morty joke, but like I think he has the codes.
But you being sarcastic?
Of course I am. Yes, it's a Rick and Morty joke.
I
don't think he's actually.
You think he's just brilliant above and beyond his peers?
I think he doesn't care about opinions of others and just does the impossible.
With his motive being?
It's clearly not money driven. I think he can't spend what he has if he had $1 billion buddies.
He was in this regular place. Like, you know, I think he got that out of his system. There was a video 25 years ago when they sold PayPal and he bought a P1. Did he buy a McLaren?
I saw that video. Him getting a car.
He was getting out of a car and arrived. And once you get your first $1 million car, then it's like now he can buy Ferrari, the company. He can buy, General Motors if he wanted to and change
There
them up.
is
He doesn't have
very
to do that.
little research in this space. We have more and more people with many billions, but how to convert those billions into happiness is very underdeveloped project. You can make your boat bigger, you can make your toilet out of gold, but none of it is interesting.
You got to do this on X, and you'll see the video when he bought a
Oh yeah, there it is.
McLaren F1. Yeah, right there. That's the one right there. When he bought the McLaren, he was so excited. 99. This is what 26 years ago, and I think this is when he got his. It's going to take a minute for the commercial ads. You got to ask that question on X. Con.
If you are really successful, even your hair grows back.
Yeah, your hair grows back because he had a. Have you ever had a conversation with him?
A short one.
So, if right now you got a call from the White House and you're there, you're sitting around with them, would there be a certain specific argument you would make to them, or would it be the same thing you just told me
Mr.
right now?
President, you're going to lose power. You're going to be out of control. Same with Chinese Communist Party. You want to stay in control, you want to stay in power, don't create the replacement for humanity.
Is this a policy that if he comes out with it, how does he win short term? Not long term, because Trump's interested in how he wins short term. How does he win short term?
He'll get support even from Bernie Sanders. Everyone thinks when we actually survey people, not even technical people, normal people, very high percentage have concerns. They are worried about it. Some worry about data centers making power more expensive, water supply. Others worried about jobs. But overall, there is a lot of suspicion and concern about what we're doing. Nobody's asking them. We're running an experiment on 8 billion people. They never given consent to any of that. We're deploying those toys for kids and trying to figure out what's happening to them 10 years later. But now we're doing it at a different scale on everyone.
What do you teach right now? Computer science? Is that what you're teaching?
At HAI.
What do you teach?
Luckily, my course is the classic AI, not machine learning, so there is zero chance of it becoming super intelligent. Search algorithms, evolutionary computation, heuristics.
And the kids that are in your class, they're in your class because they want to one day get into the business of AI? They want
I hope so. They have some reason to be there. It's also a required course for many. So
very interesting on where your argument is. Yet you're still in it. Yet you have 3 kids. Yet you say we got to get the governments.
Well,
to
I had
stop.
kids before they started building superintelligence.
So you had the kids before. If today you were 25, would you have kids today?
I would, because I think we're here to collect experiences. And it doesn't matter how many years you have left, having a child is still one of the best experiences.
But for them, they may not live a full life like you and I do.
It's always been the case. You never knew what was going to happen. World wars, pandemics, just bad genetics.
But have we ever experienced something like AI, like super intelligent AI?
It's a completely unique moment in human history. We're creating meta technology. We're creating new worlds, virtual worlds. We're creating new agents, new civilizations. We're playing God.
Yeah, I sit there and I say, okay, say you got an argument and I agree with you. You're right. That's what's going to be happening. All right, we're gonna if super intelligent takes over, eventually here's what's going to happen. If this guy's still going to be doing it, it's irrelevant. That's where my thought goes to. If he can do that for $1 billion and an evil person can go pursue it deeper, and you have to assume no other government's going to be wanting to grow it with a certain level of control, I think we're all part of the naive community.
Sounds like you're agreeing with Bernie. Billionaires are dangerous. We should tax them more.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying if that's the premise that we're agreeing to, that's what's going to happen, it is inevitable.
It very well may be. That's why I have very high levels of doom.
You have high levels of what?
Probability of doom.
that
That's a
happening.
measure people report in terms of how your estimates are. But should we give up? Should we not try? I don't think so. We are still alive. We are still in charge.
See, the difference is I have faith. That's the difference. I have faith.
In what?
In God. I have faith in God. I believe in God. To me, the difference between a group of people that have faith and you've seen what has overcome over the years, what types of crisis, what has happened, what's not happened.
Are you saying your God will prevent superintelligence from destroying humanity? Is that the argument?
No, I think it's either the end of times, and we did this to ourselves, and very likely could be. We don't know that.
That's a good thing, right? You get to have afterlife after the judgment.
Just so you know, I'm not worried about it at all. Like either way, I'm good. Like because I know, what's going to happen with me. That's the gamble I've taken, and I believe that. What do you think happens to you for somebody? What do you think happens to you when you die? I'm assuming you believe in what? Reincarnation? Do you believe in?
Well, I think it's a simulation. So either you restart or go to a different simulation. Depending on how you did, you go level up or level down.
Like a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you didn't finish the level first time, you get to play it
again?
Yeah.
It's like game over. Go back at it again.
Absolutely.
What do you think the next one looks like?
Should be very similar. Hopefully you learn something, you'll make better decisions. Like not to build general superintelligence.
When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.